You've been putting stuff on your face your entire life. Cleansers, moisturizers, serums with ingredient lists that read like a chemistry exam. And somehow, your skin still isn't where you want it to be. Still dry, still breaking out, still showing lines you weren't ready for. Here's what nobody in the skincare industry wants you to figure out. There's an oil that's been used for over 5,000 years by Egyptians, by Romans, by civilizations that had no dermatologists, no beauty counters, no influencer recommendations. And it costs 3 cents a day. 3 cents. And what it does to your face over 30 days of consistent use is something that most $100 serums genuinely cannot compete with. That oil is castor oil. And before you write it off as some outdated home remedy your grandmother swore by, you need to hear the science. Because the biology of what this oil does to your skin at the cellular level while you sleep is far more sophisticated than the bottle suggests. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. The plant that produces castor oil also produces ricin, a compound that is 6,000 times more poisonous than cyanide, 12,000 times more lethal than rattlesnake venom. So the real question isn't just, does it work? The question is, what exactly are you putting on your face? How does it work? And should you actually be doing it all? We're going to answer all of it. Week by week, layer by layer, we're breaking down exactly what happens to your face when you apply castor oil for 30 consecutive days. The science behind it is far more fascinating than anyone gives it credit for. And by the end of this, you're going to understand your own skin better than most dermatologists will ever bother explaining to you. But before we get to the visible changes, we need to understand what's actually happening the very first time that oil touches your skin, because the process begins almost immediately. Let's be real for a second. If you've ever stood in front of the mirror and watched your skin look more tired than you feel, the dullness, the tightness, the fine lines that appeared without warning in your late 20s or early 30s, you know that frustration isn't vanity. It's something deeper. It's watching yourself change and feeling like you have no say in it. That's where most people are when they find castor oil. And that's exactly the right place to start. The moment castor oil contacts your skin, its primary active compound gets to work. That compound is called ricinoleic acid. Now, forget the name. Here's what it actually does. Think of every other moisturizer you've ever used as someone pouring water onto a cracked sidewalk. It looks wet for a minute, then it evaporates. Ricinoleic acid doesn't do that. It's more like a deep-sea diver. It doesn't sit on the surface, it descends into the deeper dermal layers and locks moisture in from the inside out. The hydration isn't cosmetic. It's structural. Scientifically, ricinoleic acid functions as both a humectant and an emollient simultaneously. In plain language, that means it attracts water molecules to your skin and then seals them there. Your skin isn't just getting wet. It's being retrained to hold on to moisture more effectively over time. It's the difference between filling a bucket with a hole in the bottom versus patching the hole first and then filling it. One is temporary, the other is a fix. But here's what most skincare brands will never tell you, because it doesn't sell product lines. Your face isn't just skin. It's a living ecosystem. Right now, billions of microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, various forms of microscopic life, are living on the surface of your face. Some of them are your allies. Some of them are the biological reason your skin breaks out, stays inflamed, or never quite clears up no matter what you try. Castor oil has documented antimicrobial properties that suppress the overgrowth of harmful bacteria and yeast without destroying the beneficial microbes your skin actually depends on. It's not a sledgehammer. It's a scalpel. Here's the credibility anchor that tends to stop people mid-sentence. The anti-inflammatory potency of ricinoleic acid is, in research settings, comparable to ibuprofen. Read that again. The same compound you swallow for a headache or muscle pain. You're now applying it topically nightly to inflamed, irritated skin. That's not folk medicine. That's biochemistry doing exactly what it's supposed to do. By the end of week 1 into week 2, the changes are real but subtle. Reduced redness. Noticeably softer texture. A glow that doesn't come from highlighter. It comes from skin that's finally getting what it's been asking for. These aren't cosmetic illusions. They're biological receipts proving that something beneath the surface has genuinely shifted. But the first 2 weeks? That's just the warm-up. Because by week 3, something far more significant starts to happen. And this is where the real anti-aging science begins. Week 3 is where casual curiosity becomes conviction. Because by now, the skin has been in consistent contact with ricinoleic acid long enough for deeper biological processes to wake up. This is no longer just about hydration. This is about regeneration. The most powerful thing castor oil may do, and this is the part that deserves to be said slowly, is stimulate collagen synthesis. Collagen is the scaffolding your face is built on. It's the reason young skin snaps back when you touch it, the reason a 20-year-old's face looks full and structured. Think of your skin like a mattress. Brand new, the springs are tight, the support is perfect. Over years, those springs wear down. The structure softens, indentations form. The surface starts to reflect the collapse underneath. Collagen is those springs. And research suggests castor oil sends in a repair crew. This isn't marketing language. Emerging evidence points to castor oil's role in actively encouraging the body to produce new collagen, not just slow its decline. That distinction matters. Most anti-aging products are playing defense. This is offense. Then there's the beta-carotene. Castor oil contains beta-carotene, a precursor to vitamin A, which is one of the most rigorously studied skin renewal compounds in modern dermatology. Here's the paradox that should genuinely frustrate you. Luxury retinol serums charging $80, $90, $120 a bottle are trying to deliver vitamin A to your skin. They often succeed, but with side effects. Peeling, sensitivity, a purging phase that lasts weeks. Beta-carotene in castor oil offers a gentler, natural pathway to that same cellular renewal. The most high-tech ingredient in your skincare routine might be the oldest one on Earth. And then there are the scars. Acne scars, stretch marks, old trauma mapped on a skin that never quite smoothed back over. Castor oil's combination of anti-inflammatory action and collagen stimulation creates a dual mechanism that speaks directly to scar tissue. Not overnight, not magically, but consistently. Over 30 days of gentle massage into those areas, measurable improvements in texture and tone begin to emerge. It doesn't erase scars. It speaks to them in the only language skin cells actually understand, chemistry. Here's the great paradox that sits at the heart of all of this. The same plant that produces one of the most lethal toxins ever discovered by science also produces one of the most therapeutically rich oils in human history. That's not a coincidence. That's nature operating at full complexity. The most powerful things always cut both ways. Now, here's what I want you to drop in the comments below. How long have you been dealing with a skin issue that brought you to this video? Months? Years? A decade of trying things that almost work? Because what's coming next might reframe everything. Most people come to castor oil looking for one thing. They stay because they find 5 they weren't expecting. Start with the hair. Ricinoleic acid, massaged deeply into the scalp, not just applied to the hair, but pressed into the scalp with real intention, appears to stimulate follicle activity. For people dealing with thinning edges, alopecia, or general hair loss, the evidence, both anecdotal and emerging clinically, is genuinely compelling. Run the oil through the length of your hair before bed, and by morning you'll understand, on a sensory level, what structural hydration actually feels like. It's a different category of result. Then there are the eyelashes. A small amount, barely a drop, applied daily to the roots of the lashes. Results accumulate quietly. Thickness, length, the kind of lashes that make people ask if you've had something done. It's a beauty secret that costs almost nothing and works through the same follicle-stimulating mechanism as the scalp. The skin tone effects are their own discovery. Castor oil works to fade hyperpigmentation, the dark spots left behind by acne, sun exposure, or time, by combining its anti-inflammatory properties with the skin-renewing action of beta-carotene and vitamin E. The vitamin E content also acts as a daily shield against UV radiation and environmental pollution. Magnesium and potassium, both present in castor oil, supports cellular health in ways that show up as a gradual, lasting evenness of complexion. This isn't just oil. It's a micronutrient delivery system for your largest organ. Now, the toxin. We have to address it directly because the internet does what the internet does, and the fear around ricin is real enough to deserve a real answer. Ricin is extraordinarily dangerous. That's not exaggeration. But ricin is concentrated in the seeds of the castor plant. The oil extraction process, especially cold-press methods, completely eliminates it. Every reputable manufacturer tests for its absence before anything reaches shelves. The oil in your hand contains zero detectable ricin. Full stop. Here's the scientific literacy lesson. Two things sharing an origin doesn't mean they share a danger. The ocean can kill you. Water keeps you alive. There is one genuine caution worth stating clearly. If you're pregnant and not at term, avoid applying castor oil to your abdomen or pelvic region. It can stimulate uterine contractions. This is historically and clinically documented. It's not a reason to fear the oil, it's a reason to respect it. Powerful things deserve respect. The last thing most people get wrong is the quality question. Not all castor oil is the same. The version that produces the results described in this video is cold-pressed, hexane-free, and certified organic. Hexane is an industrial solvent used to extract many commercial seed oils, soy, canola, cottonseed, and you do not want it on your skin. Jamaican black castor oil earns its reputation. The processing method amplifies the naturally occurring compounds, and the results, for many people, are noticeably stronger. It's worth the extra few dollars. And about those dollars, the entire transformation described in this video costs approximately 3 cents per day. 3 cents. Let that sit next to your monthly skincare spend and just let the math do what math does. 30 days is not the destination. It's the proof of concept. It's the biological audition. Your skin demonstrating clearly and measurably that it is capable of responding when given the right inputs. The real question is what happens when you don't stop. Because here's what compounds over months and years. Ricinoleic acid continuing to retrain moisture retention. Beta-carotene quietly supporting cellular renewal. Collagen production receiving consistent encouragement. The antimicrobial environment on your skin staying balanced. Vitamin E building a daily layer of protection between your face and the world. The face you have at 50, at 60, at 70, that's not just written in your genetics. It's written in the small, daily, almost invisible decisions you make right now, including what you put on your skin before you sleep each night. The Egyptians weren't primitive. They were meticulous. They observed. They documented. They passed down what worked because it kept working. Somewhere along the way, modern consumer culture convinced us that the newest formula in the shiniest bottle was always the superior choice. Castor oil is a quiet, 3-cent rebellion against that assumption. It has no marketing budget, no celebrity face, just thousands of years of empirical evidence and a growing body of modern science arriving at the same conclusion. Your skin is not a lost cause. It's not destined to decline on a schedule you have no control over. It is a living, responsive, intelligent organ that is constantly scanning for the right signals to repair, to renew, to rebuild. Castor oil, ancient, humble, almost absurdly affordable, is one of the clearest signals you can give it. Nature didn't get it wrong. We just stopped paying attention. If this landed for you, if something shifted, hit like so more people can find it. Share it with someone whose skin you actually care about. Subscribe if you want to keep going this deep into the science of what your body is genuinely capable of. And if you're ready to keep learning right now, there's another video ready for you. Click on the video on your screen and keep watching. There's a lot more here for you. Go watch it. Your skin, health, and your future self will thank you.